G'day, I'm Pete Tec Man Coman, and he's Mark the Bearded Tech Skehan, and we're at Infocomm 2024 in Las Vegas. And where have we found ourselves, Mark?
We found ourselves back in the Lightware stand because we're just in love with great products and problems.
Very true.
Products that solve problems.
Exactly,
right.
like I solve problems.
Yeah, and I make problems.
Yeah, that's true. That is very true. And what do we got here?
Pete, we're looking at this. This is the. We'll read out the model number in a minute,
yes.
but it's the OG Taurus pimped.
The OG Taurus,
the original
pimped.
Taurus unit,
right?
Pimped up.
So the original Taurus with Dante, pimped
up.
Got
yes.
it. I got it.
Model number.
Yes.
UCX. -4x3-HC40-BD.
I didn't realise you were such a good reader, Mark.
I haven't got my glasses on.
That's very good.
I've got to stand this far from it.
That was very good. So the difference is between the original Taurus UCX with Dante and this one is
the BiDirectional Dante,
yes,
with the DSP.
With DSP built. So that's the improvement that they've made with this particular product.
Yeah.
Right. So can you? What if we talk through the setup here? Right. So we've got some Genelec Dante speakers up here.
Yeah.
What do we got?
Straight into the Sennheiser receiver.
Dante receiver,
EWDX, I think that one is off the top of my head. So,
and then from there
into the Lightware.
All right. So from here to there, and then Dante. So this is Dante all the way.
There's no switch.
There's no switch.
There's no switch.
There's no switch. You're
Switching's
exactly right.
done because there's two nicks essentially in the back of this.
Right, so it's just passing through the Dante on the back of this receiver and then going straight in there, right? So there's no extra cabling, there's no switch.
Right.
Nothing.
And it's then presenting down through here to
so
USB.
it's converting it from Dante to USB-C, right, or USB, right? And then it's passing it via one cable, a USB-C cable, into the laptop here.
Yeah. And then presenting into, say, the Zoom call as to this case.
So if we have a look at this, right, this is actually quite interesting here, right? So we have the Zoom setup page here, and we're on audio.
Yeah.
And what's really
microphone here and the speaker there,
And what's really interesting here, this says line LW-Infocomm 2024. Now, Mark,
it's been named.
That is a really weird name for these Genelec speakers, right?
Yeah.
That is a really weird name for it. So, and if we have a look at the microphone, we've got line LW-Infocomm 2024. Once again, that's a really unusual name for the microphones. What's going on?
That's the point, right? So you can name it. You can get into the...
You can
rename these and, get into here and rename your microphone and speaker as it presents to the computer.
So you connect to the box.
Yeah. Yep. So how many times do you go into a call and you're like, I don't know, brand X, microphone dash something else, right?
And you got no idea what it is.
Right. And even more so, the client has no idea.
Exactly.
The end user has no idea. And we're tech guys and we still sit there scratching our heads sometimes.
Exactly.
Right? And especially if they can't see it.
Yeah.
Right. So if it's a peripheral in the middle of this, and they can't see it, they really don't know what it is.
It'd be one thing to say, like, maybe Sennheiser soundbar kind of thing, and you go, I can probably work that out.
Yeah.
But if it's passing, which a lot of other boxes do, a lot of other manufacturers are passing the USB name from this box, and it's got some weird thing that no one knows what it, the end user doesn't know what it is.
Yeah. So you call it what? You call it meeting room 1 microphone.
There you go.
Meeting room 1 speaker.
Exactly.
It's really it's a small thing, but make a massive difference in the user experience for everybody.
Totally agree.
It's clever.
Totally agree. So that's some of the audio. Like, so we've got a wireless microphone here, right, hooked up, and we've got a bit of a touch panel.
So this is the Lara.
You want to just disconnect that for me? I only got one hand. There we go.
Built-in Lara.
I shouldn't have done that.
Oh no,
because
we've taken it off the network.
USB. There we go. We'll plug that back in.
It was the Lara, but
it was the Lara. I was just trying to get it up close to the microphone. That'll come back.
This was browsing essentially to this.
Yes.
Right, and talking to the Lara with the DSP in that, right?
Yeah.
And doing some basic mixing features. So you can then mix the microphone.
Okay.
You could, and now we bring that on.
So
we got the mixer control.
Mixer control.
Mute
All right,
Dante,
so
we'll unmute the Dante.
I'll try and
test 1, 2, and there we are. So you can hear the audio coming through as a speaker.
And then we can mute it from here. So this is coming from the Lara.
Yep,
right?
built into this.
Built into the box. So there's no
Standard
control.
stuff.
We haven't got a control system. This is just a regular iPad.
And we can
mute. Mute Dante, press it. Oh, sorry, I was touching the screen.
Oh.
There we go.
Right, and now it's muted. So, now we unmuted it. That's muted.
That's muted. There you go.
Or you just obviously going to dock the microphone.
Right, and that's all built into the Lara, so there's nothing else needed. So that is really, really awesome. Now let's talk about some of that's the audio side.
Yeah.
We've got, well, actually, it's not the whole audio side. There's a little bit more that we didn't mention. The Sennheiser soundbar up here. This is the small, right? The Sennheiser bar. The TCS, Team Connect Small, right, up here.
Yep.
This has got a HDMI out on it and USB. So what we're doing is we're picking up the video, we're taking, it's just USB. That's right. So we just got USB out of here.
Presenting that to here.
Presenting it to here, and then that's hooking us up with the camera, the speaker, the microphone, everything that's built in.
Yeah.
And so we can then choose in our platform, our UC platform, what do we want to use? Do we want to use the Dante that's in the room because it's there, or do we want to use the USB device as well? So you can easily just select that and off you go. Really, it's that easy.
Yeah. So in that you can control that here from the mix, or you'd be able to control that here from the speaker, and you'd be able to rename, or maybe you'd rename Meeting Room 101 handheld, and Meeting Room 1, I don't know, as a small huddle, or just room, as a course. So it's super, super cool. So
it is cool.
What do we got in the back of it, though, Pete?
What we have, let's get a little closer so you guys can see this. So we have for our outputs, we've got 3 outputs there, 3 HDMI outputs. We've also got 4 USB-A connections on there. We've got a couple of NICs on there, a couple of Ethernet ports, and you can see the Dante port right there. And once again, what we have to emphasize, this is a two-way Dante, so we can bring Dante speakers, connect Dante speakers to it, and also bring a Dante microphone into it, which we couldn't do on the previous version. And then if we spin that around, for our inputs, we've got 2 USB-Cs. And what's so unique about, or what's so special about these USB-Cs, Mark?
Well, they've all been upgraded to 100 watts of
100 watts of power. That's huge. Yeah. So 100 watts of power. So it's one cable, you plug your laptop into it, and then you're powering it as well as connecting via USB, network, if you've got it,
everything,
if you're passing.
Presenting over one cable.
Audio, everything over the one cable. And then if you're not wanting to support, or you don't support USB-C, you've got other devices, more legacy devices, you've got HDMI inputs as well, right? So we've got a couple of HDMI inputs along with a USB-B connector. And I notice actually input 4, I'm pretty sure this changed from the previous version. Input 4 also has USB-C. So you've actually got 3 USB-C inputs on there, 2 HDMI. That is a very, very handy box.
Super cool bit of kit. So I just want to have a little conversation about USB-C for a minute, right? And you've been banging on about this for at least a couple of years.
Yes.
And I'm sitting there going, cool, but isn't the meeting room just going to be wireless, right? Or what if I had someone make a comment to me one day, go, but if you turned up into my meeting and you didn't have your laptop charged and you weren't prepared, then you're probably not going to work for me for much longer. And I sit there and go, that's cool. That might be fine if you have one meeting for 1 hour per day.
Yep.
Then I heard the scenario, but if you're a teacher or something, and you're going from meeting to meeting to meeting, you pick your laptop up and you're going, you're never going to have it charged, right? Especially after you've had it for 6 months, the battery's fine. So now I get it.
Yeah,
now I get
everything over the one cable, right? Because remember what a mess it would look like when you go into these meeting rooms and you've got a HDMI cable and you've got a USB cable and then you've got a bunch of dongles in there as well, and you're trying to connect it. It's just a nightmare. And let's face it, every laptop manufacturer, right, over the last 5 years has produced laptops with USB-C.
Yeah, and most of them are often the only thing that's on them now.
My Surface that I have is 2 USB-C ports on it, right? That's all I've got. So it is it's something that is not supported enough in the industry, but these guys recognise the requirement or the need to actually support USB-C, and that is unbelievable.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
So kudos to Lightware, and obviously kudos to what is a very strong partnership with Sennheiser.
Well, but they play nicely with everyone, right? Like, but it's good that these companies recognise.
Nice.
This is really nice.
Slick.
Yeah, exactly.
Right, so,
I agree.
Yeah. Look, we want to find out more information, Pete.
Lightware.com, www.lightware.com is the place to go. Or
come and see them at Infocomm 2024. However, this is available it's not available yet.
Not yet.
They're looking Q4 end of this year.
Yeah,
so
and
give that a little bit of breathing space, and probably talking Q1.
Yeah, and it doesn't just to be clear. I mean, because there is a number of products in the Taurus range, and they all look very similar. We know that, right?
Yeah.
And they all perform similar functions, but they're slightly different.
Yeah.
This one doesn't have SDVOE on it, so it doesn't have that extension.
Yeah.
But watch this space. We've been
hot off the press, is it? You're leaking something. Pete's leaking.
So we've been talking to some people here, some very important people here that may know a thing or two about what is on the roadmap. So
they're coming. They're coming.
They're I can see them.
Oh.
Don't say anything.
They're looking at you.
Don't say anything.
Don't say
anything. Okay.
All right.
So watch this space. Watch this space.
All right. Check these guys out. Lightware.com. Pete, what a fantastic product.
It is.
Yeah. Let's move on.
All right.
But heaps to do. Let's go.
Let's go, mate.